So this next match review comes to us from Marcus, which is the homie that recently submitted the Legion match review on RPD, playing Legion again. You do not list your hours this time. I'll have to go back and fish that out, your hours from the last match review. You're playing Legion, which is kind of a killer. Kind of like very the most mid killer you could probably pick in DBD. While they're pretty good at divvying out injuries fairly easily, they have no way to really circumvent chase at all, which means getting the down pretty difficult. You're playing on Forgotten Ruins too, which is a map that doesn't really benefit Legion very much because obviously Legion's whole thing is punishing survivors that are grouped up and getting the 4th into 5th hit down. But when there's 2 different floors that are pretty big on any map, it kind of serves to block your ability to get chain hits, which is not great. Let's take a look at add-ons and perks. The notebook, just kind of like the Franklin's add-on, and you're using the Eerie button. Eerie button is fine. The notebook, I'm always one of those people that feels like wasting an entire add-on or perk slot just to get rid of items when certain things like flashlights and the such you can play around is kind of a choice, especially since you don't have weave over there. Spoilers. If you had weave, maybe I'd be like, okay, well, you're just getting double coverage so you can get value out of weave, but you don't have weave on, so it kind of just, I don't know. It just doesn't really serve to benefit you. I'd use something like Mural Sketch or Mischief List, something to that extent. In terms of your build's still all over the place. You stressed to me in your last match review that you had better perks, but you were trying to do something specific, so that's why you had picked a not great build. But this build is also still not great and has so much overlap that it makes me question why you brought it all. So you have Notebook, which is already a drop item thing that you already have, but now you have Franklin's, which is another drop item perk doing the same thing, and now you have Lightborn, which also makes sure that flashlights don't do anything. So I don't know why you had 3 layers of anti-flashlight, which is something that, unless it's a 4-man background player team, you have counterplay to anyway. I don't know why you have 3 layers of anti-flashlight. It's even the 2 layers of anti-flashlight would be kind of egregious, but you're stacking 3 for some reason, which is just complete overkill. You do not need that much anti-item in one build, unless you have like weave, even that Lightborn. I would just put weave where Lightborn is. So I don't know why you have so much. And also you have Unforeseen and Trail. I don't know, you seem to have a problem with because now you have 2 kick gen stealth perks. You're doubling up and then in some cases tripling up on something. You need to chill. Your build should be diverse, that way it can handle multiple different situations against multiple different kinds of players and builds and loadouts, but you're just doubling down. If you put something in your build, you're doubling down on it. You should diversify your build choice, that way it's not all just stacking the ability to do the same thing over and over. Ciao. Okay, I'll see you then. Fortunately, it seems like either you're laggy or you're on the wrong server. Don't search edge map. Unless your players are brand new, they're not going to be hiding edge map. You have a hard time finding somebody early on. I do love this skin though. If I played Legion more, I would definitely go after this. Oh, you did the right thing by hurting him back into you, but you missed the swing. This is a thing that you need to stop doing. You need to stop giving survivors a head start by stopping mid-chase to dry kick a generator. All you did is just let A safely get to whatever loop he wants to try and loop you now by stopping midway. No amount of perk value is worth that. Yeah, because now he's just off scot-free. You get this hit, but you could have also just had him already down. Andy, thank you for 30 bits. I appreciate that. Oh, look at the little cutie. Yeah, this dry kicking is not good. Dry kicking does not do enough damage to the fact where if they can just get right back on it, undo that 5%. Like, that's just, it's not worth it to stop and dry kick gens. But you've already done it twice under the guys that you're getting perk value. I'm a big ass bird. Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't see scratch. You keep leaving chase a lot too. Yeah, this guy that's now like completely fully healthy that you could have had down earlier is now over here causing you trouble. I like the idea. The knife, yeah, because it's the same knife that he has on his RPD skin. Yeah. I want this knife in real life. I'm not even like a knives kind of guy, but like the Resident Evil fan in me wants the knife Leon has that he got issued to him. You gotta stop leaving chase to kick gens. You are throwing. You are actively throwing just to dry kick gens. You don't have a single down. It's been 4 minutes and you don't have, not even a hook. You don't have a single down on anyone for 4 whole minutes. 4. Oh, do you? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, don't bring that on campus. Hey, Phantom. It's good to see you. Yeah, you don't even have a down, much less a hook. Because you're so hell-bent on getting perk value, so you're dry kicking everything. You're throwing for perk value. And I do mean throwing. You're 3 gens deep without a single down. And you're gonna stop and dry. Okay, you didn't dry kick it this time, thank goodness. There is no situation, unless you're facing like the best survivor squad you have ever faced, or you're a trap setup killer, a trap or setup killer, that you should be not getting your first down for 4 minutes, over 4 minutes. You should not be in a situation where your first down is 4 minutes deep into a game. And honestly, if these guys were being more gen efficient, this game should almost be over. Gens only take 90 seconds unaided by perks or items. This game should be close to over. You should not be 4 minutes deep into a game with only 1 down. Good thing you have a light barn at least. Oh, the way my MMR has been on other killers has been really intense. I think about the point where my general MMR is so high that like my killer MMR adjustment is not really helping. I'm just still getting very intense games. You're like, cool, I also run fast. I miss this when there's the haunted floating pallet over here. I think it's sad because if you had like a better add-on, like Mischief List or the mural sketch, you probably would have been able to hit him there. But you chose to triple up on anti. That was very good. You chose to triple up on anti-item for some reason. Oh, okay. You have to gift sub. I appreciate that. Very, very sweet. Thank you so much, friend. That's very, very awesome. I appreciate that so much. As always, I need $5 hairs equals build. So, next time I'm on games, do let me know. If you want to see something. As long as you're not like, hey, you remember that gift sub 2 months ago? Can I have a build for that? Like, I'll remember. Thank you for that, Gimli. That's really cool of you. Oh, am I? Oh, wow. I did not know that. I did not know the lore. I liked watching your stream the other day. I'll try to stop by more often then. I appreciate that, Oki. But you suck on? Yeah. It's making it more difficult because, like, I need to stay at least moderately well informed about every killer to do these match reviews. So playing on other killers has been really brutal lately because of that. Yeah, you're there's been some really bad lag here. It is you then, because your frames are dropping immensely. This game should realistically already be over. You hear them right there. They're throwing. They're throwing. They're throwing. They're throwing incredibly hard. I think it's because comp players out in pubs, like they're just playing for fun, like most of the time. Either they're sweating because they're bored, or they're out there just having fun. So a lot of times they'll die, which technically lowers their MMR, not raises it. Even if like the 3 other teammates are getting out. This is what I was talking about earlier. With the separate floors thing, you're like, okay, everybody's far away. Why did she do that? She literally gave you the down. That's so silly. There's even a tile right there she could have looped. They're throwing. Ace doesn't know what Lightborn is. Should have realized that the first time. Tried it again. They're throwing so hard. This is embarrassing for them. This was their game to throw, and they're absolutely throwing it. He's greeting this gen right next to you. How did you check that locker? I would say be careful about camping here, but like obviously he's being extremely greedy. I don't know why you're frenzying him while he's already injured. You just gave them that. Yeah, you just gave them that unhook for free. Oh, he knows what you have and he's blocking it. That's smart. You gotta be more careful about your lunges. It's like the 3rd time that's happened. She's on it still. Why is she throwing? This Elodie has given you the victory. This Elodie threw. This should have been a 3-out. Elodie threw this game. This Elodie gave you this match. That's silly. That was not a smart play. They don't have another gen ready, so why was she greeting so hard? If this was last gen, maybe. Because at least that guarantees a 2-out. And now she's just hanging out doing nothing too. They threw. They threw so hard. This is embarrassing for them. You gotta work on your lunges. You have missed. I feel like you've missed more than you've hit. That's an exaggeration, of course not, but like, you've missed a lot. There you go, your frames again. I mean, unless you just kind of... This match goes on for another 6 minutes. Bro, what? Okay, I'm not... you end up getting them. I'm not watching 6 minutes of immersion. That is not happening. We're not watching 6 minutes of immersion. No thanks. No thank you. I mean this, and I don't mean this in a way to anyway, you know, take away from the fact that you did win this match. They threw. They were in every bit the position to win this game, and because for some reason they got incredibly greedy about finishing the downstairs gen, they lost the whole game as a result. The match is a 4K, but not because of your input, but because they were bad. They made bad decisions, which is unfortunate for them. So there's a lot to break down here. There's a lot that went wrong on both sides, and it just kind of hurts me, and it hurts my head, hurts my brain. I don't know where to begin. I think in terms of your main takeaways, what I'm going to start with is that you didn't get it down, not even to hook, but you didn't get it down in this game for over 4 minutes. Over 4 minutes. 4 minutes. There is no case that should be happening unless you are a setup killer, like somebody that has a time sink that you have to like trap, or you got to set down your traps first. Even then, that's a lot. That's a lot of time to not even get it down. At it, you were like frenzing, leaving. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna dry kick this gen. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna dry kick this gen. You didn't get it down for 4 minutes into the game. That's not good. That is not good. Second takeaway is dry kicking gens, so kicking gens without any slowdown perks, is generally not too great, especially if there are other survivors nearby that could just immediately undo the progress that you just regressed. And you were kind of actively inviting that situation by kicking a gen and then leaving. And you did this so many times that it was like, I was like actively getting more and more like, oh my gosh, stop. Like you seem to very much overvalue how much kicking a gen without any slowdown perks is worth. So I would stop dry kicking a gen if you know another survivor's around, because what happens, the survivor just hops right back on that gen and undoes everything you just did. So unless you are under the impression that a survivor will not be around to immediately get working on the gen, stopping to kick it, even with the perks that you have, is a waste, and you should not do it. I think there's a lot of situations where, despite the fact that the survivors were injured, you opted to frenzy. I can kind of understand that if like they were all grouped up, so you're going to get the 4th and the 5th hit down, or if like, for example, you know, guys were in a dead zone and you could cut off dead hard maybe, but like you were just frenzying while people were injured, which just doesn't do anything. That's not helpful for you. I would not do that as much as you did. Swings, yeah, that was another thing. I don't know if that was worthy of its own takeaway, I guess, but just like going for those long lunges and missing and just putting your power on cooldown constantly, like you got to be more careful. I think I would focus on that for now. Yeah.